I am sure sports. You know me there. I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. It is Manning's Man, and today we're going to have a jam-packed show. You're going to love this one. Shem, up, Clarendon College. We're going to talk about some big schoolboy football news that is breaking. Teams lose a lot of points. The seedings up to today, we're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about some KSAFA stuff as well. You understand? We're going to discuss the launch of the JPL last night. And we are also going to be talking about, I know the thumbnail says Group E. It's actually going to be Group F. You understand me? With Belgium, we're going to talk about that as well. So get ready. Get onto the stream. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a good one. Just to remind you as well, it is Super Friday. And on Super Friday, we ask we got one last week. So we have the 9 from last week and 10 for this week. 19. So a combination of super stickers and super chats, right? In support of the work of I Am Sure Sports. So if you're watching, you can go ahead from $1 to $1 million, from a pin to an anchor. You understand me? Just drop something, show some love and some all right, support. You understand me? So, yeah, but first, you know what we have to do? We have to big up the sponsors, definitely. We have to big up the sponsors, right? The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and you can call them at 876-884-7390. They will offer you loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. Watch this, people. Good news. Only 0 to 4% interest rate. There's no processing fee and same-day processing if you let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Also want to say a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy. for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit them at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. All right, remember, if you are one of our subscribers and you are celebrating your birthday, you have to let us know so we can always give you a birthday shout out. You understand me? And if you have your business and you'd like to advertise it and promote it on the platform, we are also open to that as well. You call the number on screen and someone will be able to speak with you and help you out with that. Again, welcome to the platform. If this is your first time, it's my pleasure to have you with us on I Am Sure Sports. Here is what as well. Remember, we have a new platform that we're launching. It's called I Am Sure Sports Caribbean, right? If you go and find that, you can subscribe to that as well. Some good content will be coming out. I see Demo Dre in the building, who was not here incidentally when we were having our cricket show, because our host Brian was going to challenge him on some John Campbell stuff, but he's here today. But don't worry, next week Thursday, Brian will be on again, Demo, and he's going to be calling you out. I can promise you that. All right. This evening at 6:30, we also have a second show. It will be our EPL show. That will be an hour-long show with myself and Cranky. You're going to want to be a part of that one. All right. Also wanted to let you know that the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, there's a FIFA forward function that is going on, and I understand that Jamaica is represented there by the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, and also represented there by Mr. We just spoke to him, Mr. Dennis Chung. So that's good to know, and that's good to see. All right, that Mr. Chung is already getting into the thick of things as we plan and look forward to changes. All right, in the local football. Let's put it that way. All right. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. All right. Make sure you do that. All right. All right. Demo said he fell asleep. Well, Brian is going to see that and he will challenge you. All right. But people, so I have an article from the Jamaica Observer that I'm going to read for you, but I'm going to play. I'm hoping that I understand that there is supposed to be a meeting. There is supposed to be a meeting in KSAFA over this weekend to make some decisions. So I'm going to tell you some of the things that are leading up to this meeting. Big up Duckland, big cricketer. You understand me, Demo? Me thinking a big cricketer, but Duckland a big cricketer in play for Sagicor, in a business house, No, normal thing. Big up Tuffy Rudy as well. All right. So I'm going to play for you some audio clips of interviews of 3 persons. All right. And then I'm going to read an article, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown. So you have to listen so you can know what is happening with KSAFA and this tier 2 thing. So here we go.
Welcome back now to the grill. David Layler is coach of Real Mona FC. He joins us now to continue to weigh in on that discussion over whether clubs from the Kingston and St. Andrew Football Association, KSAFA, should play in the JFF Tier 2 competition. They didn't play in the first edition of that competition. David Layler now joins us. Thanks for joining us on the grill, David Layler. Good afternoon to you, or good evening to you.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, my fellow brethren.
So, let us start here. You've become vocal in this discussion, debate, so to speak, about what KSAFA teams should do, whether they're missing.
All right, so let me kind of give you a little background. So David Layler, and maybe I should do this first. So let me do this, right? So David Layler had made some comments in the Jamaica Observer. All right, so I'm going to read that for you. So you can hear where all of this is coming from, because I want to give you the genesis of all of this. All right. So this was published on the 9th of October. It says Real Mona coach David Layla said that without the possibility of competing in the Jamaica Football Federation Tier 2 League, he will not continue as coach of the club, right? He coaches Real Mona, and Real Mona defeated Med Forest. Now, what that means is that if KSAFA enters Tier 2, then Med Forest and Real Mona would enter Tier 2. Remember, KSAFA still has a spot from last season, and they have a spot for this season. So both teams would go up from KSAFA, which means that the Major League champions, Mountain View, Marvelly, and the team they defeated, Mountain View, would then get promoted to the KSAFA Championship, and then they would have to find two teams to bring up to the Major League. All right. So Real Mona defeated Med Forest for the Kingston and St. Andrew Football Association Championship League title last weekend and became the parish representative for the JFF Tier 2 competition. KSAFA clubs have refused to compete in the inaugural Tier 2 League stage this year, and as a result, forfeited corporate era clubs' chances of qualifying for the Jamaica Premier League, the JPL. Layla revealed that Real Mona management was looking at the variables and was contemplating if participation was feasible. However, he insists that if there is no higher league for his team to advance to, it makes no sense for him to continue in the KSAFA competition. All right. The Real Mona management team is thinking about it, which is thinking about the Tier 2 and doing some planning to see whether or not they can afford to enter. It is a no man's league. There is no sponsorship or support for that league, but the management has discussed it and is looking to see if it is viable at this particular time. But like everything else in life, if you're not progressing, you're wasting time. And for me, I will not play the KSAFA League anymore if there is no progression, he said. He pointed out that players would also become disillusioned and look towards the JPL or even the Tier 2 to fast track their career. It, meaning the KSAFA League, will be like a corner league with no progression. These clubs have a lot of young players and they will lose them. Premier League coaches come to the games to find talent, and there are a few on my team. Management will have problems keeping in January. So, if the team's not progressing and the club is not progressing, then that is it for me. And I think it will be the same for many players, he reasoned. All right. Last season, the Tier 2 tournament had no sponsor, and Layla insists league organizers, JFF, need to bridge the gap between parish competitions and the Premier League, while noting that these tournaments have garnered very little attention or support over the years. Right? How are you going to run a league that isn't sponsored? So the reality is on one side as it is on the other side also. You might get more highlight playing in the KSAFA League than Tier 2. So the JFF should be doing more for that middle ground Tier 2 league. Seek more sponsorship or present it to FIFA and get funding for it. If it is even to just support the teams with traveling, that would take a chunk off our expenses. So unless your parish FA is going to take care of you or you have private sector coming in, it will be a struggle because it is going to cost over 5 million to play in that league on your own without sponsorship. So they must come to terms with each other and work it out, he said. KSAFA President Wayne Shaw admitted some clubs have shown an interest in Tier 2 participation and that they will meet to decide the way forward. So the meeting is this weekend. It was the clubs that decided not to enter Tier 2 last season. So we will put it to them to see if they want to play. So we will meet and decide if they want to play or they don't want to, as it was a decision by clubs, not the council. So they will make the decision going forward. KSAFA clubs refrained from the competition largely because they anticipated the cost of participation would be overwhelming, especially with the added factor of COVID-19. However, Shaw pointed out that the federation had received funding from world governing body FIFA, and he estimates that more support will be given to lower tier competition. Next season will be a new one. The JFF has more funds from the FIFA deal, so things should be different. We expect more money to be pumped into all leagues next season. I don't think it's a FIFA deal. I think it's more the Adidas deal. I can't say how they clubs will decide. There are some who want to play, but I have to wait until we meet to sit and sort it out. But once we have a decision, that is what we will do moving forward, Shaw commented. Big up Brain Drain. The first super chat, I'm telling you, the Calabar man is always setting the standard and raising the bar because he knows it is Super Friday and we have 18 more super stickers and super chats to go. So go ahead and make it happen. Make it happen. All right, there we go. All right. So now that I've read that, that was in the, like I said, the Observer, right? So let's get back to the what we were originally playing in terms of Layla speaking in this interview. All right. So David Layla
has more organization than this JFF Tier 2 league and sponsorship and money and so on.
That's what I should have about. Definitely. Yes, Tier 2 will go and play now because club have the ambition to go up. And I mean, they catch it now and they're running it. And that's a good thing. But I believe also that KSAFA, if you put 2 or 3 KSAFA teams right on Tier 2, I believe they'll come out on top. So the long and short of it is that at the end of the day, KSAFA just patiently look at the bigger picture. They'll find themselves controlling it to in another 2-3 years or so.
So where are these clubs that are playing in Tier 2 finding the money from?
Well, that's a good one, And I like to ask them so that they could send somebody to some of the KSAFA teams that's trying to go. Right.
Which seeks.
All right, so you get the gist of what he's saying, right? So so Layla, that's Layla speaking, all right? I'm going to play now a next interview.
Surprised to know that there is an issue. Let me be frank. More than a year, I think it was a year ago, the clubs of KSAFA, we met and a resolution was passed, and all the members present then voted against participating in the Tier 2 competition. As I know it, I've heard comments from one coach of a club, that's the Wiki club that won the competition, and I can go on record to say
So this interview is in response to what David Layla had said, all right?
Because one, you're arguing about the financial stability of the Tier 2 competition, and you may even...
All right, so you get the gist of that again. So all that is happening is that now the teams, so let me just break it because, there's a lot of noise in the background. So let me tell you what is happening. Now, big up, Sir Holmes. Blessings. Yeah, man. Blessings every time. There we go. Look at this. Super sticker. That's number 2. Ryan LFC rewarding me for defeating Liverpool. Thank you, my brother. Finally, I see Ryan LFC having defeated Liverpool. My brother, how you doing? Yeah. So, all that is happening, let me just break it down for you. Now, KSAFA made a decision, along with its club, not to play in the first season of the Tier 2, which nullified any chance they had of qualifying for the Premier League. All right? All right. So that happened. All right? So now they play their own competition. But the top competition can't get promoted to anything. Because if KSAFA don't play in the Tier 2, when you win, you can't get promoted. So if you don't get promoted, what would be the sense of you keep on playing and playing in a competition if there's no, you're not going anywhere. You're just winning the competition and you can't get promoted to any higher level. And Brain Drain hits a double, outdoing Ryan, the Real Madrid man, showing that he has more clout than the Liverpool man. All right. Thank you. So that's 3. We have 16 more to go. All right. So that's what the clubs are saying. So if you don't promote the teams in the championship to the Tier 2, then the team that win the major league can come into your championship. So that means now all the other teams in KSAFA as well won't be able to come into the championship, because if you're not promoting teams from the championship, then you're going to stuck with that number. So the league would be locked basically, which is going to be a problem. All right. Now KSAFA is saying, how is this? One, how is it going to be financed? All right. Here's what I will say. The Premier League seems to be getting more profitable. Clubs must begin to generate means and ways of making money so that they can sustain their clubs. All right? And there must be sponsorship. What KSAFA is saying is this: we can't sponsor the club. But watch this. But how the clubs get sponsors to play in the KSAFA league? So there is some sort of sponsorship going on there. So the same way you believe that you can find sponsor, you have to trust that there's going to be sponsor coming in the Tier 2. That's all I'm saying. But then there's a very revealing interview. Let me see if I can find it.
We have joining us now Chris James, president of Barbican FC. Now, the question is being put forward as to whether or not there is trouble brewing in KSAFA. Clubs are pressuring the administration over the non-compliance of playing in the JFF Tier 2 competition. Real Mona's coach David Layla has questioned KSAFA's handling of the situation, which sees Real Mona unable to play in the Tier 2 competition. And we're going to try to get Barbican's position on KSAFA's stance and also the recent uproar from the clubs with their discontent. Now, Chris James, good afternoon to you and welcome to Sports Grill.
Good afternoon.
What is Barbican's position in all this now?
Barbican's position is that as presently as the Tier 2 is set up, it is not feasible and it's not logical. That's the position.
Oh, so you don't have any problem with KSAFA not putting forward any teams?
But I personally have no problem, and I hear you're classifying it that there's pressure on the administration. If there's pressure on the administration, we identify which pressure in the administration.
We're hearing that other clubs are not too happy at all with the position that KSAFA has taken. Real Mona is one of them.
Who are those clubs?
We have heard Real Mona.
No such thing.
Oh. Tell me what you've heard from the other clubs, Chris.
Taylor is the coach of the club. Layer's a member of Cavalier Football Club. He's the coach of Real Mona. I spoke to the management of Real Mona. And they are not pleased with what he has said.
And Real Mona does not have a problem with no team from KSAFA in the Tier 2 competition.
All right, so you understand now the conversation. So what Chris is saying that the you hear it fresh, God. What Chris is saying is that the position of the coach is not the position of the club. He's saying that the owners of the club of Real Mona are saying, I think Peter Moses is the person who runs Real Mona. They are saying that they don't want to be in tier 2. So it is a coach who is having a problem. And he's the only person. It's kind of funny that he says David Layla of Cavaliers, because I'm trying to figure out like what Cavaliers, because David Layla was a coach at Real Mona, but somehow it got connected to Cavaliers. So let's listen a little bit more because this is interesting stuff going on.
As it stands presently, they have no problem. I am not going to speak for them, but I'm telling you, I spoke to the management and the owners of the club, and they are not happy with what the coach is going around today.
Oh, okay. We're also hearing that some pressure will mount on the KSAFA president, Mr. Wayne Shaw, tomorrow for him to resign. Are we hearing correctly?
Well, you know more than me.
Oh, you haven't heard anything in this regard?
No.
Oh. So as far as Barbican is concerned and planning and looking forward, there must have hopes and aspirations, ambition to get back into the top flight, huh?
Well, Spencer, let us go through the facts and discuss. No one is against getting promoted. Okay? So let's get that clear. No one is at war with the JPL or the JPL leadership. What we are saying is this thing needs to be thought of properly, and it must come with something that is workable and sustainable. That's where we are. I have gone to the Premier League already. Let me just put this there. The Premier League presently had 12 teams. They are going to go to 14.
Right.
The Premier League club get about $800,000 every month. Right? You have more clubs in the tier 2 getting $0 per month. And they have, remember, the tier 2 is a professional league in Spencer.
Yes.
Which simply means if you are able to calculate a minimum wage for 25 players, and you cannot carry 25 players for 2 rounds, it is $750,000 a month just for salary.
Yes.
No. We as club owners and managers with experience are not will don't invite us to a competition where you have a tier 1 who is getting 800,000 and a tier 2 is getting $0, and you want us to take our money to make you look good. You must come to the table with clean hands and say, how is it sustainable? Who is going to suffer the loss? Because they're going to their loss, Right? Let me ask you a question. Do you know who is responsible to find sponsorship for tier 2?
We haven't heard that.
All right, well, I'm going to clarify. Do you know who is responsible to find sponsorship for tier 1 women's league?
The women's league, the last time I heard was there a committee?
Let me tell you something, Spencer. I can verify to tell. The PFJL, before Chris Williams came there, signed an MOU with the JPL that they have marketing and responsibility for all the leagues.
That was when it was a PLCA.
No.
Oh, PFJL.
Yes. It was signed, an MOU was signed. And listen to this. If the Premier League cannot find enough money to run the Premier League, you think they are going to find money for?
It is going to be a challenge for the other leagues, clearly.
I say no more.
So you say the JFF needs to trying to remember the words you use to sort this thing out properly and to come with something which is workable. What, in your estimation, would be a workable formula?
All right, let me tell you exactly. And you will see.
All right, people, here's the problem I have with this kind of reasoning. So the championship that was played let's do the calculation that this person did. If you do the championship, right? Don't the players supposed to get paid? Even if 10 of them, where are they finding the money to do all of that? Where are the clubs finding the money to run the championship that they just run? Where they get the money from? This argument is really, to me, still needs some more explanation, because it's not like the clubs will not be playing football. Some money is coming from somewhere because they are playing in a competition. So if they keep on playing in the competition and they are not going anywhere because you decide not to play in the tier 2, where is that money coming from that they keep using to pay players and play coaches? Where is it coming from? Anyways, so wouldn't it be better to play in the tier 2 and get into the Premier League? Given his calculation where the Premier League clubs get 800,000 and the salary, minimum wage salary 750. Why KSAFA teams are in the Premier League? Because obviously the Premier League is not profitable either. So if it's a matter of not making any money, don't play in the Premier League either. Come out of the Premier League, because it's 750,000 a month for minimum wage. You're only getting 800,000, and that is salary for players alone. That don't include coach. So why not just take all the KSAFA teams out of the Premier League, seeing that it's a matter of not enough money? It cannot be fair for a team to be every year playing in a competition and can't go anywhere. Somebody's money, unless KSAFA is providing all the money for transportation, salaries, coaches, preparing venues, if KSAFA is not providing all of that money for the teams in its competition, then their argument about no money in the tier 2 not making any sense. It's not making any sense, because either way it's costing the owners of the club, whether you play a championship, tier 2 or Premier League, there is a cost. All right, so let's listen some more.
On the road, whether it's 1 year, 2 years. Let me tell you what's going on. We are looking on a logistic stability.
Yes.
You have 13 or 14, let us say 14 participated here, tier 1, tier 2. You have 2 coming down from Premier League every year and 2 going up from tier 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that will keep us at 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know this side who's coming up to tier 2? Let's look at it. You have 14 parish winners. How do you decide which 2 come up into tier 2 out of the 14 parishes?
Which 2 will come to the Premier League?
Exactly. Isn't it a case now they're going to have to go back to some form of confederation?
No. So his question is, how are you going to determine which 2 teams get promoted to your Premier League? Let's use his logic. You have 14 teams, right? 14 teams who play. 14 different parish champions, and only 2 can go to the league. It's very simple. You do a draw and play home and away knockout. What is so hard in that? Home and away knockout. Or you can also seed the teams and say, listen, you 2 teams get a bye, or you 3 get a bye, and the rest of the team they play up. I don't understand, like, we so old in our thinking. Come on, we can think outside the box. You can't just do a home and away knockout. ISA just did that. You're telling me that the minds at ISA are able to formalize these ideas? And the professional arm of our football can think of a simple, logical solution that if you have 14 teams, 1 from each parish, and you need to determine, you can't even do this. Make it simple. The 2 teams that get dropped out of the Premier League, they join your playoff as well. Do it that way. Do it that way. Or you say 4 teams will come out of the Premier League, and 2 of the 4 will play, so 2 automatically gone back to them parish. 2 will play in the tier 2, and you bring it to 16 teams. Home and away knockout, and you do a draw. and the 2 teams go up in the league. Come on, man. That's easy.
And a playoff after that.
It doesn't necessarily mean that.
So well, hold on. At the end of the tier 2 competition, what about the 2 finalists gaining promotion? That wouldn't
That's right.
be.
You're going to have 2 going up, but 2 are coming down out of the Premier League.
Right.
So how do you know, say, who is going to come up? You still are going to be at 14, because we start with the number 14, right? So when 2 go up and 2 come down, you're still at 14. Am I correct?
When you have 14 teams and the winner and the beaten finalists go to the Premier League,
right,
you would be left with 12.
Yeah, but 2
and 2 will be demoted from the Premier League. So you're at 14. So you're saying you would have a problem staying at 14 every season?
That's what I'm saying. So 2 must come up from the parishes.
Oh,
right?
I see what you're saying.
So how do you decide that? You're going to 16, you're going to 18, you're going to 20, you're going to 22.
Oh, you need another formula now.
No.
To decide what you do with the parish.
That's the point I'm making.
Listen, what he's saying now is that who is going to get promoted to tier 2 if you have 1 from each parish? All right? If you have 1 from each parish. Because remember now, so he's saying that here is the problem. Right? So if 2 teams get relegated from your tier 2, how you going to determine what 2 teams? No, simple, same thing again. You do a knockout playoff. So suppose a team from Westmoreland, you drop them in a 1 box like Champions League, home and away knockout. Like, I don't understand. So what the JFF can do is sponsor that part. I really can't fathom why we are making the thing so hard. Like it honestly, say, Mr. Shah, some man is man rate you. They're making it sound like the solution is to destroy tier 2 because of waste of time and go back to what we have. Come on, KSAFA. You have more brilliant minds up there. You have better minds up there to think through it. It's not that difficult to figure out that we can create a system to promote 2 teams, even if it's knockout. ISA, because of all the teams, ISA has decided to do a seeding, right? Like I can go on, we're going to talk about this a little later. ISA have already seeded the teams based on points accumulated last year, how many games they win this year, allocated points to them. And they're seeded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way. All right? First place plays 32nd place. Second place plays 31st place. All of that. Seed in and let them play. Champions League does that. All of these things. It's not that difficult. But we want to make the process difficult. The idea of the money is not even making sense. Because, let me say it again. If you're saying there's no sponsorship for tier 2, where are you going to get money from to do this and do that? Where are you going to get money from for teams to consistently? So tier 2 continue for 5 more years. If the KSAFA team don't participate and they're in the championship, what would be the purpose of somebody using their money to play in a championship in KSAFA? What kind of monies? Because I am sure that the winners of this year competition didn't get $5 million. As far as I have heard, up to earlier this week, the teams are supposed to get, I think, $40,000 per win. They did not get that up to Wednesday. If that has changed, I am unaware. But up to Wednesday of this week, they didn't even yet pay the teams the money for winning the games. It can't be so hard. Now, if the teams decide that they want to stay in the championship, it's cool. But the issue of money don't make any sense. The objective must be get to the JPL. Why? Because it is there that your players will be seen. And that is why in Jamaica, KSAFA, the purpose of playing in the highest leagues is not for the winnings. It's to properly prepare the young men that you have up to the standard, so that if you can get one of your players sold for 50,000 euros, let's calculate that, right? Every other season. So let's calculate that. Because money's man not so bright, you know. You understand? Me like use my calculator. Watch this, KSAFA. If you build up the players well, and you get one player sold for 50,000 euros, or you get training compensation for 2 players because you're playing in Tier 2 and the Premier League, and you get 50,000 euros, you are getting $10 million. That is more money. That is, you'd have gotten more money than if you win the Jamaica Premier League 3 seasons in a row. If you win the JPL 3 seasons in a row, you don't get $10 million. So the objective of the clubs must always be to make the players so good that they can move them to Europe. This heap of thing that we need money, we need to win. That's not going to help you. Inflation going to affect the value of the Jamaican dollar. The objective of clubs is, listen, I can't stay in Major League. I can't stay in the championship because very few clubs in Europe are going to come and look at my player playing in this league. I need to have my players playing in the top league in the country, because that way that league is televised and all of these things. The marketing is better, because if I can get every other year one player for $50,000 into Europe, 50,000 euros, every other year, I earn an automatic 10 million Jamaican dollars. That should be the objective. And that should be worth it. And if you're not in the business to do that, it is pointless. I agree. Because staying in the championship not going to make you make any money as a club. What's going to happen is that the Mount Pleasants and the Cavaliers and the Harborview going to come and take the players from your club. And they are going to sell them. They're going to pay you $50,000 or $60,000 for the player. And then in a year or two, they sell the same player that you could have sold for 50,000 euros. And they give you €1,000 out of it for training compensation. No, man, I'm not getting mad. I'm just very expressive on this. No, man, I'm not mad. The people themselves are getting mad. All right, people. Let me calm down. Listen, all right? It is Super Friday. All right? Again, on Super Fridays, what do? We ask our subscribers, our viewers, to help the channel grow. And part of that is by giving super stickers and super chats. You see how long brain drain double sticker is there? I need somebody to take it down. You have to put up a super sticker, super chat to remove it. It has been there for too long now, more than 10 minutes. And I can't move it because there's no more. So drop one, all right? Yeah, all right? So you can also call in people and let me know your views. But I'm thinking that the clubs in Jamaica needs to start looking at that. Get quality coaches, provide quality environment, get some 15-year-old and 16-year-old. Get them to have the right professional attitude, teach them the proper skills, look at the market in Europe, what they are demanding, and prepare the players for that market. And if every other year you can sell one player for 50,000 euros, then you're in good business. That must be objective. Because if JFF say, all right, we'll give all the clubs $1 million in sponsorship for Tier 2, it don't help you. It don't help you. You have to be moving players. And it doesn't make any sense the club stays in the Major League. You can imagine now Marvelly win Major League and next year they're going to play Major League again. I want to know how Marvel, and these people are trying to convince me that Marvel are very happy that they get to play Major League again. Come on, that's not real. You're telling me that the Marvel people who once played in the Premier League, Marvel went all the way to use a 40-year-old in Loxley, MVP. They use that 40-year-old because they want to play more Major League. They want to get promoted. The clubs want to continually be promoted higher and higher until there are no more levels to go through. So the clubs in the Premier League want to win it to play in the Caribbean Club Championship. That is when it makes sense. All right. There you go. One more. You understand me? London lose. Oh, no, sorry. London Blues. Big up Jay Anyweather. There you go. There you go, Jason. The reward for hard work is more hard work. And I think this continues to be the problem with Jamaica's football. The problem with Jamaica's football is that we keep on having this short-sighted, I call it short-sightedness approach to things. The idea that we are not going to play in Tier 2. Listen, what is going to happen if for 5 years JFF continue to do the Tier 2 KSAFA? You have to make a decision. So what you need to do as well is to help the clubs that are going in there. Help them to do proper marketing. I believe that, all right, let me give you an example. People don't know this. I think Mount Pleasant is probably one of the highest sponsored teams in the league. Let me say it again. Mount Pleasant, though they have Peter Gould, I guarantee you that the amount of sponsorship that Mount Pleasant gets yearly is more than any other club in the league. Because it takes money to make money. And Mount Pleasant has put together a product that people want to put money in. So what KSAFA should do right now is sit with the people at Real Mona, find out what would be the budget for you to play in the Tier 2. Say they say $5 million, all right? If you had played in the championship next year, you'd have accumulated X amount, all right? And we find ways and means of building them so that they can become marketable enough to earn money. Listen, Real Mona, just Duncan McKenzie just move overseas, you know. I would hope that Real Mona got some money because Duncan McKenzie is a Real Mona player. Training compensation or something. I don't know. Does that money go back into the club? Find some more Duncan McKenzie. The coach said this, and a lot of these things are going to happen. The players are not going to stay. Let me tell you this. No player, no high talented player, young player, is going to stay and play in your championship and your major league. They're going to leave and go to Tier 2 clubs or Premier League clubs. I guarantee you that. And what you're going to find is that KSAFA will lose its best talents because of this. Consider that. What you need to do is to join the organizers of the Tier 2 to get corporate Jamaica on board. Yeah. Yes, a peso. I'm telling you, you said they're the richest team in Jamaica. Let me say it this way, peso. Mount Pleasant is a team that generates the most sponsorship in the Premier League. So for people who believe like they soon give it up, let me tell you again. On sponsorship alone, Mount Pleasant can operate comfortable. Sponsorship. May I tell you that? People who sponsor them down this side. Mount Pleasant gets a lot of sponsors. And that is why, if Mr. Gould is not here, Mount Pleasant is still going to continue. Big up, man from Manchester. Sir, right, up and running. Dre, your Blues get knocked off of the building. You understand me? The Blues get knocked out the building. Oh, Triple is asking what they are doing differently. Because I think, listen, I think they are organized. People trust them. They see where they are investing the money. You understand me? And that is it. People look and see what they are doing. When you go to the academy, you see what they are doing. You look at the surfaces. You see what they are doing. You see what they do at Draxall. And these guys are not just seeking sponsorship locally. So you have persons who they will say, listen, this club want 500,000 for the players. And the person will sponsor and say, I will sponsor that transfer. Pesa, don't bother respond to that because some of the best players in the DaCosta Cup are Mount Pleasant players. You hear? So some of the times some people just so let me encourage you, Pesa. I'm learning this, right? You see, when you don't know what person is, you don't engage them. Because they know your name and they engage you. Don't engage them. Respectfully. All right? So you just leave the conversation. Because everybody is free to their opinion, you don't have to respond, Peso. So you can leave. When a person make an opinion, you don't agree with it, you can leave them, man. Especially the ones you don't know. Because it's not going to go anywhere. All right? So let's keep the conversation healthy and strong. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with on that. And then I'm going to share with you some seedings and how the seeding is going to work in the DaCosta Cup. I have the latest seeding, and if the competition stopped today and the results are as they are now, I'm going to share with you who would play who. All right, and there would be some mouth watering if nothing changes. Very little will change, however. So let me tell you what is happening. All right, so I don't think it is big enough for me to show it to you, so I'll have to probably read it. I don't think you'll be able to see it if I were to put it on screen. So at this point, the number one seeded team is Garvey Marseille. So Garvey Marseille is your number one seeded team. Clarendon College, number 2. Dintil, number 3. Manning's, number 4. Frome, number 5. Stets, number 6. Your Castle, number 7. William Nib, number 8. Manchester, 9. Paul Bogle, 10. Irwin, number 11. McGrath, 12. Russies, 13. Glenmuir, 14. Edwin Allen, 15. Cornwall, 16. Homewood, 17. Happy Grove, 18. Cedric Titus, 19. Central, 20. Seafort, 21. Veer, 22. Taki, 23. Watch out for that school, Taki. BB Coke, 24. Descartes, 25. Petersfield, 26. Christiana, 27. Bellier, 28. Horace Clark, 29. Brownstown 30, Titchfield 31, and Fogo Road 32. Big up Fresh God. So that would be the seeding up to this point. Respect Triple E. Yeah, man. You said the upgrade look good. Nice. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, man. Thanks to all the people who keep giving this. I tell you, it's when we get super chats and super stickers. Here's what we do. We upgrade the product, man. Make it look better. So the people can see that we're giving them value for their support. So respect all the persons who contribute to the channel. We really appreciate it. All right. Yeah, so here is how the matches would work now. Based on that seeding. All right. Garvey Maceo would play Fogo Road. Clarendon College would go up against Titchfield. Mannings would play Horace Clark. Frome would play Bel-Air. Stets would play Christiana. York Castle, Petersfield. That will be a good one. William Knibb, the Carthage College. Manchester BB Coke. Paul Bogle. Taki. Irwin. Vere. McGrath. Seafort. Rossies. Central. I would love to watch this one. Glenn Muir. Cedric Titus. Edwin Allen. Happy Grove. Happy Grove had a very good season and some good players last season. Cornwall College would play against Homewood. Now, we have some games this weekend, right? So, maybe things can change a little bit. You understand me? But this is how it would be. I am telling you. You may be saying, but what about Manning Cup? Manning Cup don't have no seeding that way, all right? Well, they do, but they're going to have the zones, and the Manning Cup is a little bit simpler because this is actually the home and away knockout round, right? So this is up to October the 13th, which is So if for example Mannings and Petersfield play, so that could change probably a little bit. I don't know how much seeding points goes for goal difference. Yeah. Right. So at this point, for example, Mannings is at 16 points. So I don't think they can pass Dintil because I don't think Dintil is going to lose their game. All right. But Frome, if Mannings lose, Frome could pass them in terms of seeding points. I think Frome is the only one that can pass them. So, because Frome have a couple of games left to play. Stets have lost a game. So, yeah. But based on this, yeah, you understand me? So I think like how the seeding is at the top is probably how it's going to be in the end. And if Mannings, I think ties that game, they are in good position, I'd say, to remain the fourth seeded team. Dintil, like I said, Dintil will I don't know, Dintil, Clarendon College, yeah, and I think you get different points and things. So that's really how it's going to pan out. I think those top 5 teams are seeded that way. So that is how it's going to be. But some very good clashes I think are going to come up. I can tell you that I think that Fogo Road, Garvey Maceo game, a Clarendon clash is going to be good. York Castle versus Petersfield, I think is going to be a good game. From Bel-Air, Stets versus Christiana, I think will be a good game as well. I think the Veer versus Irwin game is a good one, and Glenmore versus Cedric Titus. Those are the marquee matchups that I would want to watch in this round. Yeah, but very little. I think Rossies and Froome plays, and if Rossies beat Froome, then Rossies could go up in terms of ranking points. And that game is going to be played, I think, over this weekend as well. Chelsea Blue is back again, saying One View is not the London Blues, it is the Harbour View. Yeah, so big up, Sir Richie. How Whisper doing? Big game tomorrow against St. George's College. Kingston College versus St. George's College. That's a hot one, I'm telling you. Yep. In yesterday's games in the Manning Cup, Norman Manley 2, Dano 0. Stats 3, Spanish Town 1, and Jonathan Grant 1, Tarrant 0. All right, in today's games in the Manning Cup, Edith Dalton versus Vauxhall, Charlie Smith versus Tivoli, St. Jago host Jamaica College, Hydel host Wolmer's, and Kingston High takes on Camperdown. Listen, all right, I need to check out something, people, because I'm telling you, I heard that there's a Manning Cup team that could lose some points, or they have lost some points, but I don't see that reflected in the points table. Yes. I think they were saying that Hydel had lost some points, but it doesn't appear so, because they still have their 14 points from their 4 wins, and they have only suffered 2 defeats. And so, yep. So stats are safely, I would say stats are safely through. They have 1 game left. They have Jonathan Grant right on their tails, and Jonathan Grant has 2 games. So stats need to win against Jonathan Grant to secure their place. Haile Selassie, they have now basically qualified with Charlie Smith from their zone. You know that Kingston College and St. George's are through. Jamaica College, they have a big game, because if St. Jago wins this game, that whole group will be, needs to be observed a whole lot, right? Mona are basically through. Wolmer's are Dre Wolmer's in some problems. They need to win their final 2 games, or they could be, sent packing if they don't win their next 2 games. Excelsior and Campion College, they are through. So, like I said, Wolmer's needs to win. Yeah, Hydel is out. Yeah, man, I heard. Is it true, though? I heard that. London Cowboys, not Chelsea anymore. We spent money, man. What do you think about St. George's versus Kingston College? Boy, I don't know, You understand me? The Whisper is there and Bigo is there. And I couldn't go by the Europa Cup game. But I just feel like they are 2 young teams, but I don't think George's has anyone who can stop Whisper. So he's probably going to score 2 and contribute to some goals. So that's 3. I could see KC scoring 3 goals because of Whisper. But Adrian Reed and Bigo, I can see them breaking down this KC team. So I don't know, Shamar Forest. Maybe we need to ask her Richie. What is that? Yeah, Heidel. Is it true that Heidel lost some points for using some player that not supposed to play? Oh, whoa. Yeah, I heard that there are some players from Pembroke Hall that played for Heidel. So if Heidel, how the Camper, because Heidel are out, Camper don't get through? Whoa. Whoa, Heidel out. Okay, whoa, Pembroke Hall players. Listen, how the schools allow these things to happen? They don't know what they think. Is it that they really don't know, or they think they can get away with it? I don't understand. Why would you take such a risk? Why would you take such a risk? Well, one team so far has lost points, so let's see. How Camperdown? Isn't Camperdown and Mona in the same group? Didn't Camperdown lose to Mona already? Why would they play again? I don't understand what's going on. Why would they play again? Oh, the ranking. Oh, whoa. That is interesting. Camperdown and Mona meet again. Oh, my word. I don't believe this. Whoa. Okay. I see. Whoa. All right, people, remember, we're coming into the final stretch of the show today. We covered some KSAFA news. We just gave you a little blitz on the schoolboy football. Yes. Any marquee game in let's see if there's any marquee game in the DaCosta Cup, and give you a quick look at some of those results, and then we're going to end with the World Cup zone. But remember, it is Super Friday, so we ask for super stickers and super chats to support I Am Sure Sports. Thanks to everyone who has given something so far. We appreciate it as you continue to help the channel to grow. All right. York Castle defeated Marcus Garvey 5-1. These are the games from yesterday. All right. 5-1. And Brownstone and Ocho Rios played to a 0-0 scoreline. St. Mary defeated Wycliffe Martin 3-2. And Nato Bay were 8-1 winners over St. Mary's High. Paul Bogo 2, Yalas 1. Seaford 6, St. Thomas Tech 0, Fogo Road 3, Kempshill 1, and Central and Glenmuir played to a 1-1 scoreline. So those are some of your results from yesterday's game. And like I said, the point standing, Irwin are basically through along with Cornwall College. We told you this that recently. Frome and Russies are through. William Nib and Cedric Titus are through from their zone. Mannings and Petersfield are through from their zone. We have Stets, and that one is yet to be decided, but Stets, Monroe, and BB Coke will come out of zone E. We see Manchester and Descartes College will come out of their zone, and Homewood and Christiana out of their zone. Then we have Edwin Allen and Clarendon College, York Castle, Brownstone out of their zone, Taki and St. Mary's Tech, but I noticed they have and Horace Clark. I see them have as one of the seeded teams. Dintil and McGrath coming out of their zone. Paul Bogle and Seaford and Glenmuir and Central, along with Garvey Maceo, Veer and Fogo Road coming out of their zone. And then we have Happy Grove and Titchfield coming out of that final group. All right. Yep. All right, listen, we're gonna jump into, so as we bring the show, because we have a next show this evening, we'll be going to talk about the EPL as we feature the big game between Liverpool and Manchester City. Yes. But before we do that, we want to look at Group F. Group F in the World Cup zone. I think that's where we are. We have been going through the different groups. And I think we're at Group F, if memory served me right. Yes, we did Group A, we did Group B, we did Group C. We said Spain and Japan, or Japan and one of the other two teams. So now we're at Group F. And this group includes Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. All right. Belgium, who are the teams who are coming out of the, which two teams coming out of this zone? Croatia and Belgium. I would go with Croatia and Belgium. I don't know about you, but I'm picking Croatia and Belgium to come out of that group. The Belgium side is they call them the golden generation, though they haven't won any gold from the youth level to the senior level. They are called the golden generation. But I'm going to pick them to come out of this group. They have quality goalkeepers in Thibaut Courtois from Real Madrid and Simon Mignolet. And they also have Con Castells from Wolfsburg. So then in defenders, they have Boyata, former City player, is at Club Brugge. They have Castagne of Leicester, Fayez of Leicester as well, Mounier of Borussia Dortmund, Arta Tete of Rennes, Vertonghen for Tottenham at Anderlecht. They have Toby Alderweireld, Antwerp. He was at Tottenham as well. All right. They have Brandon Michele of Club Brugge, Zeno Debas of Anderlecht, Kevin De Bruyne, City, Charles de Ketelaere, AC Milan, then Dunker from Aston Villa, Hazard from Real Madrid, Hazard from Dortmund, Onana from Everton, Witsel from Atletico Madrid, Tillemans from Leicester City. Lukaku, I think at some point, Batshuayi from Fenerbahce. I wonder if they're going to call Benteke. I wonder if they're going to call Benteke. Yes, Jerome. I'm going with, I am going, man. I'm going with Croatia and Belgium. But the Belgium team is a very good team. But I don't know. I just feel like when it comes on to the tournaments, they just get to a certain point and then they always find a way of, I would say, crumbling. You understand me? So I think they can make it to the quarterfinals and that's it. Quarterfinals and that's it. That's what I'm believing for Belgium. All right. Let's look at the Croatia team. How good is Croatia? Have they gotten too old? Are the Croatians too old? Yeah. Are they too old? Let's see if the Croatians are too old. Are they too old people? Are they still have something to offer? Do you think the Croatians have anything to offer? Or do you think they have gotten a little bit too old now? I don't know. Croatia. Let's see what's going on with Croatia. I think the Croatian team I don't know. I just feel like they are too old. But they have some good players. Luka Modric, Ivan Perisic, Demaja Vida, Mateo Kovacic, Ante Rebic, Brasovic. So they have some good players, you know. Dejan Lovren, Andre Kamarik. You know, they Lovro Mayer, Nikola Vlasic. They have some good players there, you know. Luka Sausage. Hey, versus Salco, that defender. Antonio Kolak as well. I can't pronounce some of these names, you know. Hey, listen. Hey. This Croatian team, you know, they have some very good defenders and midfielders, you know. Arsic as one of the front men. Petkovic. Hey, watch out, you know. This Croatian team, people, could cause some problems. What do you think? Do you think they can make it back to the finals like they did last time around and lost to France? I see Dre saying Belgium for the semis. I don't think so, no, Dre. I don't think so, Dre. I don't think they're making the semifinals. But I think they could win this group because I don't think Belgium can beat Croatia. Personally. I think Croatia's defense is too good. Pressure with the reach Brazil group yet. The next time we're going to discuss Brazil group. Yeah. Yep. So Croatia and Belgium. Like I said, do you think any of the other teams in that zone could do something? We know Canada very well. What about Morocco? Can this Morocco team do anything? You know, you have the Wolves player size. I mean, who do you know from Morocco? I'm going to give you some of the Moroccan players. Hakim Ziyech. Yanis Belhanda. Amrabat, you know that guy? Sofian Ambarat. I mean, a lot of these players didn't play when they played against Jamaica. But I think Morocco is one of the stronger, I think, teams out of Africa. They also have Yosif and Nezri, very good forward as well. Zakari Abukal, they have some very good players. That's the next good one. You have Sofiane Boufal. Good player, right? So they have a good team. Morocco has Munir El Haddadi. but they have a lot of good forwards. But I think the defending is where they're gonna have problem because they don't have the best defenders, in my opinion. You understand me? Hakimi, Hakimi is a good, at PSG. Hey, people, don't be surprised if Morocco pulls off a surprise. Right? You hear what I'm saying? Don't be surprised if Morocco springs a surprise. This Morocco team is not no soft soap, A lot of people believe that of all the African teams, that Morocco is going to be the best one, I don't agree still, but Morocco is a good is a team to watch still. Is a team to watch. But I don't know. I feel like Belgium not coming out of this group. People, Belgium not coming out of this group. Man telling you that. I know I don't believe it. But you must listen, people, you must all, tie me down to these things that I say, and come back to me and say, management, do you remember when you said this? These guys have the goalkeeper that keep for Sevilla. Bonuyo, I think it is pronounced. They have, what is starting 11? Sevilla, Bonuyo, goalkeeper, all right? Hakimi from PSG. Mazuri from Bayern Munich. Saez from Besiktas. I think that does it see? Yeah. Saez from Besiktas. All right. That's 3. All right. Who else as a defender that I could use now? I could use the real Sociedad defender, El Hiamik. All right. So in midfield now, them go so bam and use Amrabat from Fiorentina. They use Sabiri from Sampdoria. Amala from Standard Liège. All right. And then up front now, they go, Hakim Zayed. Then they have El Haddadi. And they have a whole player, man. Then they have an N Nesri. Yeah. That is a tough start. Hey, Morocco come out of the group here. No, Natty Congo. Hey, Natty Congo. Watch this, man. Natty Congo. What size are we? If Canada beat Morocco, hey, Natty Congo. You see any of Natty Congo, you see them. Oh, I can't show you the I am sure sports merch. It have the red, yellow, and green. The black one, we will make you get one of them. Canada not beating Morocco. Canada not beating Morocco. Canada stand a better chance against Belgium, not Morocco. People, me change my mind. Morocco come out of this group. Morocco come out of this group. Big up Canada, CONCACAF, but Morocco coming out of this group. May I bring the African nation then? So far, me include. May I bring Morocco. Me pick Senegal, right, to come out. No, me never pick Tunisia. And now me I pick Morocco. I'm going to pick Ghana when we reach here, so I'm going to pick Cameroon. All of them. But no, seriously, Morocco coming through. Morocco coming through out of this one. You understand me? Morocco coming through, man. Definitely Morocco coming through. I'm telling you. Morocco is a good team. Don't watch the game that they played against Jamaica, because a lot of the players in Europe never went and played in that game against Jamaica. So you can't even use that to measure the Morocco team. They are coming out of this group, man. I am telling you, they are coming out of this group. Canada not beating them. I think Canada can beat Croatia. No, well, can beat Belgium. To me, I think like Belgium is a team that may struggle. Gunners boss, the super chat boss, bless up yourself. Big up Piney, you understand me? You reach when this show because of an next show later. You know. People, we only got 7 super stickers and super chats. Remember, we need 12 more, right? 12 more, right? So remember to hit that. Let me hear what Pine is saying right now. He says, I wasn't even thinking about him, but someone just called me and asked me, why am I so hard on someone over a measly 70 US? Without thinking, my answer was, I want him to sit in his pain. Management, stop paying too much attention to the comment section. What? God has boss. Big up yourself, because I don't know where your comment come from in the stream right now. But, you know, left field as usual is the Gunners boss. You understand me? Yeah. But this evening at 6:30, we have our EPL show. So all EPL fans, the City fans, the Liverpool fans, you need to come and be a part of that show. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really, really good, right? Like I said, some big games in the Manning Cup tomorrow, like the St. George's Kingston College game. You have some big games, Rossi's Frome and Manning's Petersfield. You have some big games in the DaCosta Cup as well. They also had the launch of the JPL last night. You heard in the interview, and if you have not watched that interview, and I am sure sports, you need to go and watch it with Mr. Owen Hill, and he spoke about the fact that all the teams will be in the same jerseys. They will be in the Admiral kit. You understand me? Who is this? Big up, Sir Denton. Up, man. How you mean, man is man. Good day to you and your viewers. I'm trying to bless you up with a super sticker, but unable to. Don't know why. I think because you're in Jamaica, you know. I think it may be because you're in Jamaica. I don't know. I think that may be it. I think if you're in Jamaica, you can't do like super chats and super stickers. Man, the cash app still up and running, or is it the Zelle? It is the Zelle, Mr. Pine Action. You can Zelle me, Pine, man. You know the info already. Are you want me to send you the info? Pine, where I call the people them and tell me, say, I tell the people them, Pine, why are you like that? Why must you come on the channel and tell the people them that you give me food stamp every month, Virgin? You need to stop it, man. You don't know that the good word says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. You need to stop it. You need to stop it. Thank you, Triple E. Tell him. Triple E, don't follow Pine Action. It is a troll. You hear? You don't follow him. Pine Action.
Oh, you're so wicked. Man. So, listen me ask you about cash app and Zelle. Me never tell nobody like a food stamp when me send come here. The 2 pound flowers. So you never have to go tell people say you ask them again this month. Well, you want to then take me off of welfare. So I don't have no more food stamp again. You don't have no more to get. Uncle Sammy take me off of welfare.
Not a problem, sir. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports, man. There's an echo in the background, though.
Oh, hold on. Let me take off the blue. We better now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Nice and clear.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself and big up the people there in the comment section.
Yeah.
Over the type in. When you come on, they will type the while say, brother, I'm not Jamaica, you them. Send the super chat and stop that about.
No, man. He's in Jamaica, so he can't send the super chat from Jamaica. He's in Jamaica.
I studio with your man.
He's in Jamaica, man. Tell us him in Jamaica.
Well, he have the foreign account, so all him have to do is
No,
send
no,
you
I
a
don't.
5
I don't think. I don't know. I don't think you can do it once you're in Jamaica. I think unless you change like your thing there. You have to change. Oh, geez, what the thing name?
No man, but if you have your no man, you have your bank card. The bank card no work anyway, me go brother.
No, it is certain. You can't do it in a certain jurisdiction. You have to change your IP address. As long as it is showing that you're in Jamaica, you can't send it.
You have to go back. You have to go back over grill and shoot again and go spread your wings somewhere. I mean, I understand how you don't go back over grill and shoot and the man them over there say boy them why you
Yeah. No man, girl in shoot know that. All right. We have to shout them out and tell them. All right. When is it? Me have to go over the girl in shoot, man. How you talk about man? A football season, you know.
Man, let me tell you something. When you have a Hall of Fame college basketball player who happens to play with a man like Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
No, a Magic Johnson?
No. Isn't Isaiah play with?
Indiana State, Indiana I'm going University.
Then Isaiah play with.
With Isaiah, the Lord Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
And that man play with them and the Hall of Fame and you're having a your group list. And you know have a man like Steve Risley for your program more to advance the thing, brother. You do that, and you have a Hall of Fame, high school, and football coach, Mike Go Faster. You don't bring them man up on the show.
I bring them on the show. They came on the show already. They have been on the show before. Yeah, but I'm gonna bring them because basketball not start yet. Basketball season start next week. So I'm going to bring them on, man. But I'm going to go over there. Easy now, man. We can't do. We are one person. But didn't I go over? Remember, I have been on the program over there. I've been on the grueling shoot, man. Don't worry yourself, man. Yeah, pressure me.
Over there, the man, every day me over there, the man them shout you out, brother. You're not even shout out the man them over here and tell the people themselves.
Isn't that what we're doing now? Big up the grueling shoot, man. That we are there right now, man.
a bad man thing me upon me not talk no sports, you know, me just there and a man call me phone like while and ask me some question and me never know quick me just give my answer. Me know which part my argument there. Who don't know left people business alone. Me say Dre anyway there and I comment, I laugh like say him know something about my business. Leave people business alone, Dre. Well on Dre when they have a channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he doesn't do a lot of lives, though. But you can, man, subscribe to him channel. Him talk about Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Lakers, Chelsea.
So it's a multi-sport platform, man. I know the everyday reggae boys thing.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do reggae boys. Him do basketball. Him talk about Harborview, reggae boys, Dallas Cowboys, Chelsea, and LA Lakers.
People, me build a new Instagram channel. Me a plug something for myself. It's called Pioneers Corner. I want to go over Instagram and make sure so me get some following. I know we see all of the great things that me do over Jamaica and in a foreign. All of when me building and when me making and all of my plans for the future when me come home in the next 2-3 years from now. I want over the whole of my business there. Anything you want to know about me to chat, just go over Pioneers Corner.
What's the name? So what you talk about over there?
Me just happy my business me talk about over them and people see the people them we a chat about me and I say me don't hear me this and me that. Over them me talk, me tell them who me. So no just go on over there. Me I go do much over there, but me not start do much yet. Me just build a new one. The one me that do all of the work for Gunners Bar. Somebody steal me page. As soon as me start put up some reel and Instagram start tell me to monetize my reel. Me find out so the people them steal my page. I don't know. But people not good in a man's man. People see I get like a progress, them report your channel and them thing there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah man, people dangerous out there, man. As soon as them see your thing build up and I make like a progress, brother. As Instagram send me a message to me monetize my reel.
Dre said that he's going to go over there because he loves people's business.
Yeah, Dre, just go look for Pioneers Corner. One word, Pioneers Corner. And join me thing. And follow me. I beg you hold on if you follow me. I need some following you. I pay people with blue check mark there follow you, you know. But if you don't follow me, you follow on the back. Yeah. Because no I put the whole of my business over there, so because you don't know. I'm bringing a new flavor to the hills of St. Andrew in Jamaica. And then we are going to spread it across the place. Anytime in Kingston, we see where me I deal with. But just check out over Pioneers Corner. Man, thank you for me plug me little thing over there.
Yeah, man. You're a good subscriber, you know.
I remember, you know, Charleston White are the baddest thing on earth right now on the internet.
I'm not familiar with that name.
All right then. You have to go look for him, man. The man bad, dream crazy.
So why should I listen? Why should I look for him when you can tell me?
I don't want you to go listen to him. I don't. He's just a troll like me. I'm find out say him better than me. So me give him respect. He's a better troll than me. Dre, tell them tell Manning's man who is Charleston White.
Okay.
When a man have all a man like
Dre's asking you to send him the link. So you need to hang up the phone.
Instagram link.
Hey. The Instagram. So what you need to do is to hang up the phone and go in this comment section and put in the Instagram link.
And you have to paste it make people them can see it and follow it, right?
So if you put in the comment section, if now go see it and just copy it from there.
I tell you what. Let me tell you something. I promote something over my channel. How much people are on the live right now, man? Me not really see. How much people are on the live right now?
It look like 34.
34 people at $320. Everybody who go over Instagram and subscribe to Pioneers Corner right now. Just subscribe because I go see you, know. Anytime I reply to you, I'm going and putting a name in my inbox and putting on a phone number. Subscribe to me thing. Pioneers Corner. Put on a number.
36 now.
In my messenger. And everybody has 10 US dollars.
37 now.
37. So tell everybody who go
62
over.
now.
Everybody. 62?
Yeah.
All right.
75 now.
I will. But you are all if I 1,000. If I 1,000, go over there, man. All I want to know is follow my channel, subscribe to my channel, my Instagram channel, Pioneers Corner. And when you do that, you just go in my DM and put in the number and I want to get $10 credit. Just let me know if I lie or did yourself. Everybody who subscribe right now, $10
but
credit.
what about the people them? But what about the people them overseas?
I'm not respond to who overseas.
Then suppose all the people on the stream are living overseas.
Well, if everybody on the stream live overseas, then that means we get free following and we keep the money. But the people them in Jamaica, I mean, that the IT type, 5 type people them who can.
All right, Paddy.
Duckland. I know you don't go on Instagram, but go over make an Instagram and go follow Pioneers Corner. Your credit by more than $1.
You want to change the whole show. All right, we're going to edit. People, I'm going to edit the show and Paddy.
Bless up. Come on.
All right, Paddy, bless up. Yeah, man, later. All right. Yeah. All right, there you go, people. That was the closing act of the afternoon. Gunner's Boss, a.k.a. Piney's Corner. Go check it out. And subscribe to his platform, like he has said. Again, I want to thank some people. Really, really want to thank them. So, got this green screen, right? And T-Lexus, bless up. Because 3 persons kind of coordinated so that it could get to Jamaica. The moment it was purchased and I needed it to get to Jamaica, it so happened that one person could collect it when it was shipped. And guess what? A next person, they were living close enough that he could drive and go and pick it up. And then he was coming to Jamaica. Big thing, you know, and could have carried it. And then to send it from the airport so that I could pick it up. I just tell you how everything coordinated. And these are relationships that I built on this platform. So I am very grateful. See, Garnet Denton, this is a William Nib man. Big baller, you know. Big captain at Violet Kickers back in the day. You know, called up to national team. One of the persons who helped me with this. Lots of respect. You understand me? Big up yourself. They call him Codfish. All right. Then you have Samba. The Excelsior man. Heart of Love. Say anytime, even if at 12 o'clock at night, he would drive and drop it off to Denton so he could get to Jamaica. Because he had to go to his yard, deliver there. Big up. You see, T-Lex, you don't even know. It's one of my trips them on. I'm at the airport. A man hear me talk to my wife and say, hold on, how the voice sound like a one man when you're Mannings, man? Man, I travel, I think, Orlando and me I go Florida, somewhere. And I saw we coordinate him and his wife. And the man said, listen, your program inspire me. Big up T-Lex and your wife. Because these three persons work together to help me get the green screen in Jamaica. And we appreciate that. You understand me? So big up. All right, we have a call. Sir Maxwell, we are on a live.
I know you're on live.
Okay, we just wanted you to know, you know.
Yeah, man, I know.
Hey, Sir Maxwell, I heard that Idel lost some points. Is it true?
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
Carelessness as far as I see, but it's look here. To be honest, I wouldn't even say carelessness. That's not what I really call about still.
Okay, not a problem.
But quickly, it just at this stage, it just goes to show that the current quota rule, not just a quota rule, but ISA is not capable of the so-called clearinghouse does not work. Just put it like that. ISA issued IDs and that sort of thing. So it's obviously the clearinghouse does not work. Because it's making other people or coaches or principals into whistleblowers, so to speak. You understand? Because already you have rumors about some other prominent schools that might be also captured in something like this. It's happening too many times now since last year. And it's going to continue happening.
Yeah, because the issue I have with all of it is that ISA just issue IDs without making sure the players are clear.
They're supposed to have a clearinghouse.
Yeah.
They're supposed to clear it. That's what, when this field coach, I said, no. Well, ISA tells you that they have this so-called clearinghouse. And, you know, so as concerned, if ISA is an ID, there's no way you should be able to challenge it. Yeah. That's one of the things, you know.
All right, well, go ahead. I know you didn't call for that, so let me not, you know.
Anyway, I can go back to it still, you know, but what I really called about, I just came across the program and I saw your actual topic. I don't know how much you went into it with the KSAFA, with the problem with the tier 2.
Yes, I kind of went through the 3 interviews that were done, and I read the article by David Layla as well.
Okay, but did you go into this thing that was done? I think Mr. Speed, I think, had mentioned and it came up it was Mr. Speed. A number of people were there speaking about the solidarity payments.
Yes.
Right. For the various teams, that there's something that everybody, most teams that are fairly organized collect these payments. But I don't know how much you know that the various payments, right, go according to what ranking you are in a various country. So I mean, if you're a top tier in your country, or you're a lower tier, and by bringing into the tier 2, KSAFA would basically be gone down to almost a tier 3, and I think that's going to affect the collection of solidarity payments.
Okay.
The amount that they can collect also.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I think that is something that people have. Look here. In other words, plus of course, I think it's just basic economics, you know, because also by KSAFA being a 3rd tier, trying to get sponsorship also will affect them because it waters down. You understand? You're essentially going to be sponsoring a 3rd tier. But you know, previously you'd be looking at it that this would be the next tier to the Premier League, so to speak. So essentially, it's going to be they're watering down their league to a 3rd tier, right? And it would have other things where it would affect them when they're trying to get sponsorship.
Plus, but why would the players stay and play in KSAFA though? If they can't go anywhere, they can't go up. Why would you keep playing in?
No. The thing is, no, you know, it will affect them even more going forward. It will affect them, but. What we're looking at, you have to look at the other part of the thing, why KSAFA is so vehement against it. Because compared to the other rural clubs that participated, KSAFA generally is more well-funded and it's a lot easier for them. But I guess that they're also looking at the easier way out. They don't like the idea of having to do all of this traveling and that sort of thing. You understand? Because they don't normally do that under the old way that things were. They only had to maybe do about what's that now? About three rural trips, if anything, and that's it. But now it's a lot more, and I don't think KSAFA feels as confident right there too.
But what I'm saying though is that my whole thought process is, if you play in a competition, you can't be promoted. It's costing you money anyways. So
True.
this idea that who is going to sponsor? Where are you getting the money to sponsor the league that you're presently running? It's not making any sense.
KSAFA is still a brand,
So what? No, but follow me. KSAFA has to convince me that the teams made a profit this year.
I think this year how they did it, they have followed what the JPL has done in putting the matches at certain locations and so on, which looks like that's going to be a norm going forward for a lot of things.
Follow me. KSAFA running a good competition doesn't necessarily mean that the clubs made a profit.
Well, that's true. No, that is true.
All right. I'm not talking about. I am convinced that KSAFA can put on a good competition. What I'm trying to find out is, did KSAFA make a profit, or did the clubs make any profit?
Oh, the club. I doubt the clubs did, but I think KSAFA did, because one of the things KSAFA has been doing is charging for a lot of things now. So I think KSAFA itself would have made a profit. Yeah.
All right. So say KSAFA made a profit. It is the clubs are affected if the clubs are not making profit. The idea is whether you play in Tier 2 or you play in the KSAFA league, there is a cost that the clubs are bearing.
Well, I think they're going to say that the cost of traveling compared to locally within the corporate area compared to nationally, even though I don't see why KSAFA is trying to make up their play God for the various individual teams and saying that the teams can't afford it. I know for a fact that there are some teams there that can very well afford it. They are very deep, their pockets are quite deep, and it wouldn't be a problem. I can call a couple teams easily. There's some various uptown teams that definitely wouldn't have a problem for funding.
I am saying though that if your club gets promoted, right, to the Premier League, isn't that beneficial to you?
It is. No, it is.
Yeah,
but they don't want to go through the Tier 2 to reach the Premier League. They prefer the way that it was before, where you just have a quick playoff and that's it. They don't want that. But as I said, I'm figuring, right, it's not a fact, but it just look at it. That is also another factor that they did mention, that it would be devaluing the KSAFA competition. It will.
All right.
You understand? By putting it into almost a third tier.
So here's what the other clubs are saying. Because if KSAFA were the only confederation that would struggle financially, I could understand. It is not KSAFA that is going to struggle. It is a club in KSAFA. That club has the right to play in the competition if that club wants. So, Real Mona, if Real Mona wants to play in Tier 2, Real Mona should be allowed to play in Tier 2 without any consequences. That's number one. Watch this. If Real Mona decides that they don't want to play, and Med Forest decides that they want to play, Med Forest should play. If Med Forest decide that they don't want to play, and the third, any team that wants to play, you follow the point standing and you go to and you let that team play.
Okay, hold on here now, Mannings. Let me just tell you something that happened the other day. This is factual now. When they had the inaugural Tier 2, KSAFA was actually given one, then it was allowed that they would have had 2 spots, right? KSAFA, however, said no. right? And the clubs, listen now, if the clubs participated against them, what they would do is ban them. That was what they hung that over their head. That
Well,
if you
that is the
participated
issue I
in
have
it,
with it.
you
I have,
would be banned.
and that's what I'm saying. That
Just
the club,
yeah.
the financial burden is not KSAFA to bear. It is a club that is affiliated to KSAFA. The club is not owned by KSAFA. They are just affiliated. If as an affiliate, I say I want to participate, I qualify to participate, I have the money to participate. My owner is a multi-billionaire. We can play in this and we want to. You should not tell me that if I play in there, I can no longer be an affiliate. That to me is spiteful behavior. Because whether I play in tier 2 or not, it doesn't affect your competition going on. So why would you deny me that opportunity? Your competition can still go on if I go into the tier 2. It's up to me to decide that.
At this stage, we're seeing that KSAFA is looking at if a never-ending story that KSAFA wants to be they want to be they're not the tail for the dog. They want to be wagging. You understand? They're in control of the dog. You understand?
Well,
they want to be the one who is in charge of making certain decisions.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what. Like in the same way KSAFA believes that they can fight and oppose the tier 2 and wish that it crumbles, there are some parishes who are adamant that it's tier 2 they want to play. So what this is creating, because I know at least 7 parishes who are their teams want to play tier 2. That's 7. That's 50% already that I am guaranteed of. So I know that next season they're going to be a tier 2. And the following season at least. No, man, what I'm saying that if they believe that it's going to collapse, at least there'll be one more season. And that would make it now 2 full seasons where no team from KSAFA gets promoted. And there's no guarantee that the 3rd season there's not going to be in the tier 2. What will happen to the players in your confed and the coaches? What are you going to do to convince the 18-year-old?
It's not just that, Look here, Mannings, look at this. One of the things that they know they didn't have too much work, there was no promotion or relegation for the initial, demotion. So the KSAFA has X amount of teams in there now. But say this season coming up, there is relegation and because there's a distinct possibility that at least one KSAFA team might very well come out when we don't know, but it could happen. So at that stage, if KSAFA does not, they're going to start to gradually whittle down, and they're having their representation in there. But
listen, let me say it this way. I cannot see, say for example, Waterhouse getting relegated and subscribing to the plan of not trying to get back into Premier League.
The thing is, they're going to have to go through KSAFA.
Yeah?
And that is where the problem is going to be. So if you have a big team coming down, I suppose they're going to...
No, man. I understand that they have to go through KSAFA. But what I can tell you is that Waterhouse...
They can't just win, then go.
No, man. Once they go down, say they go down and they're in the KSAFA championship and they win it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have won it, KSAFA cannot stop them from playing in tier 2 in the Premier League. What KSAFA can say is that if you go back to play Premier League, they can say to Real Mona, if you play Premier League, you are no longer an affiliate of KSAFA.
Hold on there.
Watch it.
Yeah, one. Mm-hmm. Well,
if the governing body of football cannot remove those sort of restriction from a parish affiliated association, then something is wrong with the football. Whatever governs a parish is under the authority of the governing body. In other words, the senior superintendent of police is not higher than the commissioner of police. KSAFA cannot be higher than the Jamaica Football Federation.
Well, Mannings, they basically, I am waiting to see if they basically stick with that stance, because they have taken a lot of stance in against the JFF, right? And basically, KSAFA is the most powerful parish, as we know, the confederation, right? They are the most powerful, and they keep trying to flex their muscles to make certain decisions go according to what they want and so on. And that's one of the things I think the JFF needs to stand up. You know, they can't force them to send an affiliate to go, but what they can do is that affiliate, no, you know, it's not as simple as just not being affiliate, you know. That person will not be able to play any youth competitions at all.
What I'm saying to you is that if the governing body, if the JFF cannot, under FIFA's leadership, have any authority over the parishes, we have a rogue football community. What that means is that every parish, so you're telling me that every parish can decide that they're going to do their own thing, and FIFA can't do nothing about it because what the parishes supersede FIFA?
No, listen.
Is that what we're saying? That don't make any sense.
What they do now is they threaten the clubs, right?
No,
so they don't, so that the clubs can't go, you know.
No, but
right?
listen, you're missing the point. You're missing the point I'm making. Me understand complete what you're saying. KSAFA said, if you go and play, you can participate in any of our competition. So if somebody says that to me, why can't I ask for the JFF or CONCACAF intervention or FIFA intervention?
Well, that is true.
That's very simple. You know? That's very simple. So here it is. Because FIFA can say, listen, this is a rogue organization. And nothing that they do is sanctioned by FIFA, or it's not sanctioned by CONCACAF, it's not sanctioned by the JFF. Nothing in KSAFA. So if you ban a team from playing in your tournament, then just ban the entire confederation from higher up.
Well, I can tell you
it's just like Jamaica take a position, right, as against the West Indies and decide that they are going to do their own thing. They're not going to get any ICC membership.
No, that is true. No, that is true.
So KSAFA can't get no membership to any FIFA thing, because if they could, if KSAFA was so powerful, then KSAFA could be, it's like two parties, the JFF and KSAFA. And so KSAFA could run their own Premier League in Jamaica. It can't work like that. It can't work like that. You cannot tell a club that wants to play, because the money that they're spending is their money. So there's a billionaire, who takes over Real Mona and say, I want to invest $10 billion in this club because they have won. And you're going to tell them, if you go and play in the Premier League that you qualify to play in the tier 2, you know what? None of your clubs can participate in our competition. That cannot be the position. And I'm very sure that the people in KSAFA don't think this way. I would have to hear from one of them saying that I do not believe that is the KSAFA's decision about this whole banning thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe Wayne Shaw and the West of his board I cannot believe that.
They were successful in the summer when the under-20 competition was trying to be done, and they went out and told clubs that if you participated at all, you were going to be banned.
But Arnett Gardner participated.
No, teams, no, listen.
No, follow me. Why they don't ban Arnett?
It went along, but it went along unofficially. It was not official. It was like a series of practice matches. It was unofficial.
So you are telling me that each parish can say, so you're saying that Danny Beckford can say to Mount Pleasant, if you play in the JPL, we're going to ban all of your players and your club from participating. And the president of Mobile can say that?
They can do that. The only difference is,
Hold on. No. They can say it. You're telling me that is a thing in terms of FIFA guidelines that a parish association, any one of the parish presidents, can say to any one of the clubs that, listen, you cannot play any more football in this parish because you play in a legit FIFA sanctioned tournament. And you're saying to me that
to test it, so we're going to see.
So I am going to find out, because I do not believe that there is any such thing. So I am going to call somebody who I know is a part of FIFA to find out because if a parish association could do that, man, then every parish now run their own thing. If every parish can do that, then maybe Arville Powell can just take the whole of the Mobile team, them run a big league down there. You cannot get affiliation to FIFA outside of the federation. So any competition that is played that doesn't get the approval of the JFF cannot be sanctioned by FIFA.
Well, and I think that at that stage, once you reach that stage, things like the solidarity payments, etc.
Yeah, talk about solidarity payment. We don't talk about the payment thing. You know, she say no make no sense, Maxwell.
No, I know it don't make no sense. But the thing is that the reasons why they're doing it, it has to be. It is a deeper thing. It has to come back to money. That's all I see. Deliberately.
Listen, better leave the conversation because we're gone over the 2 hours. But Maxwell, it cannot be money because any competition you play tell me one competition you play in Jamaica that is profitable. Tell me one. Schoolboy football is not profitable. No school makes a profit from running their schoolboy football program.
ISA itself, it's profitable for them.
Watch it. Listen what I'm saying to you. No school makes a profit from their football program.
That's true.
None. ISA makes a surplus from the Manning and the Costa Cup. The rest of football that play with ISA competition, they have a deficit, not a surplus. So the surplus in the Manning and the Costa Cup helps ISA to run the other football. So maybe when you don't calculate everything, then don't make any surplus at all. Because because the others are running at a loss.
That's true.
All right? The Premier League clubs don't make a profit, even if them win the league.
That is also true.
All right. So how will KSAFA convince me that if they run their competition with no promotion, the clubs are going to be so profitable that they would opt to stay in it than try to find a means of getting into the Premier League? Because anyways them play, they're going to lose money.
Well, that's something I suppose I have no idea, but it's there. I don't know, but it's definitely a case of flexing muscles because there are a number of decisions that the JFF have come up with where KSAFA have almost shut them down, and tried the best to make sure these things don't go through.
I don't the war with KSAFA and JFF, I just want to understand clearly what KSAFA doing. Because if there's a war between KSAFA and JFF, Manning's man not involved in that. I want to know. What I want to know is that what is the point of playing a competition if the teams cannot be promoted? But Max, it look like we have a next one, so we're gonna take it and then close the show.
So we'll talk.
Yeah, man. All right.
Respect. Okay then. All right.
Yeah. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Manning's man, bless up, greeting.
Yeah, man. Danny Dread.
Yeah, man, bless up.
Yeah, man, greetings.
I like how you deal with that, I go. Brilliant.
Yeah, man.
You hearing me good?
Yeah, man, we hearing you loud and clear.
All right. I think it was brilliant a while ago.
Thank you, man.
Anyway, you know.
Yeah.
More go through this with you now. All right. Major League doesn't play anymore, right? That championship thing, that take over for Major League in KSAFA.
No, man,
right?
they played Major League as well. So they played the Championship League and they played the Major League. Because Marvel won the Major League, you know.
All right.
And Real Mona won the
Right.
Champions League.
So the championship, the same teams play the championship too, like Major League?
No, so they have two sets of teams. You know that KSAFA used to have the Super League and the Major League. So
Yeah.
what they did, they changed the name from Super League to Champions League. And they still keep the Major League.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That more I get to know. I understand that. Good now.
Yeah.
So all the rest of parishes used to have Super League too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we used to play Super
Right.
League.
Well, not really. What they used to do now, what they used to have Super League, but they had changed it up where like St. Anne and St. Mary play one league together. Western Confed have one, and you know, like over Southern Confed had one Super League, but KSAFA and
Super League still.
Right, Super League, yeah.
Right. All right, now what? So, Kyle said we eliminate Super League from the parishes and put Tier 2, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, me see a little fault with JFF and me see some fault with KSAFA. KSAFA kind of flip-flop to me. You get me?
Okay.
No. It's like them want stand out more than the rest of the team, or them feel like them have a hunger for Jamaica football, which them kind of have because them have the better teams. You get me? But no, them need to deal with it properly. You get me?
Yeah, definitely.
Watch now. Super League used to have a sponsor, right?
Yeah, I think it was Magnum.
was a sponsor.
Yeah. Magnum was a sponsor for the Kingston one, but the different parishes are different sponsors. Like,
right.
Yeah, I think the Western one was Magnum as well.
Magnum was an overall sponsor.
Yeah. True.
Right. All right, now. In changing now, me think say them should have tried get in touch with all of the advertisers, the sponsors, and see if them can make this change smoothly. You get me?
Yeah.
All right, now. At the same time now, JFF must also know say them a try implement a better system, which me think Tier 2 better too. Me think it's a better system, right? And Jamaica is not Australia or America. In Jamaica, football is rewarded. Either you go up or you go down, or you stay constant if you can hold a mid-table, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, as I said, playing in a league and can't be promoted, there's no day when you feel like you will reach the top flight. What sense that make?
That's my point.
To me, no sense. All right, now. Them say, Mr. Williams signed an MOU to deal with things. Right?
Yeah. No, well, what I said is that before Mr. Williams came, a MOU was signed. Before him.
But no, told me the Barbican man talk. It's like him say Mr. Williams signing.
No, man, what he's saying is that the professional football Jamaica Limited, they have the management responsibility for Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 1 are the female because the MOU was signed. But he did say the MOU was signed before Mr. Williams was the chairman.
Before, you sure that?
Yeah, man. Me can play it. I mean, I can play
Check
it when
it
you
out. Now
come.
go check back the video when
No,
you finish.
me send you the audio clip. Me have the audio clip, so me just WhatsApp it to you and me finish.
All right.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, when me I try say now, if, as you say, the footballer them don't have to get paid already, right?
Yeah.
Certain things still have to go on.
Exactly.
All right, now. What we blame JFF now is that you bring a new system. It will take a time before it can really show where it can work to attract people. Virgin, you have to have like a startup money coming from somewhere where JFF, somewhere, somehow. And this is where we talk about development. And this is the cheaper part of development to run some competition. You get me? So if we do everything big up at the top and ask for a new page, and then now we see the grassroots part I run like this, where do you think it's hard to flip a new page, you know?
True. But all right. You see the idea we have are good ideas, you know. Good idea. All right. So here's the thing. So watch this now. It's good to give the club startup money, but remember that the JFF basically did that for the Premier League clubs, you know, after the pandemic, you know. All right. So I agree that if there's monies, it would have been good to say to the tier 2 team, because then the man who played last year, now it has said, how come we play last year and we never get this, but KSAFA want to play this year and them get that? Because you know, man, I go feel the weird. Because remember, you know, Danny Dread, some teams playing the last year, you know. And watch this. You and I would admit that some of those parishes don't have the kind of resources like KSAFA, and they still participated.
Right. And to the report that we get from KSAFA is like them get must say 900,000 sponsor. And it's like them appear the prize money yet, you know.
There you go.
The man say like 750 grand towards certain thing, right?
But that is the point. Yeah, go ahead.
Me I say, use them thing there and put with the tier 2 thing now, man, and try build the thing together.
Yeah. I see me get a message here from Rudolph. He says all club teams belong to FIFA. FIFA set up a hierarchy of competitions, so they allow MAs and confederations and other affiliates to administrate, monitor clubs in their jurisdiction. All right, which is saying that the JFF, so KSAFA can't really have their own thing. Them have to submit to
exactly. As what you say, it's stand the higher organization rule over you. Just like how FIFA can step in on JFF. JFF can step in on KSAFA.
Yeah, because FIFA can come in and take over JFF. Yeah, just down the line. Right. Because what me I saying that the West, remember now, and me understand when people are saying they need money to run the thing, because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
I am saying though, all I'm saying is that even when you play in your local, if you play the local competition in KSAFA, as long as you cannot go higher, you are going to suffer financially. Because watch this, remember, Marvel, we're in the major league, you know. And if you don't, watch this, if you don't promote the team from the championship, you can't promote Marvel. So Marvel, you have to go back, go play major league again. What is the sense of that?
Exactly. So there's no future for Marvel.
Yeah, you're not going to go anywhere. What the players are going to do? How the players are going to feel? Who going to stay in one place?
All the club them are going to sit down and make KSAFA have them way with that. Me not see, because where the Barbican man I said to me not get no sense out of that, you know.
Same thing me I say. Because me I say, Danny Dread.
You know, make much sense.
So me run a team and you run a team. You win the competition. Me come second, the next man come third. You say, watch you now. This thing take $10 million, $1 million me having. Me now going there. Give the man a second place. Because the man a second place me have more money. If you want a second place, just keep going down the order until you find a team. Who can afford it? Who want to take? Exactly. Make a man go take the risk. If him want to do it, make him go do it. Don't tell the people that if you don't participate in the competition, you can't participate in any for other competition. I think that is unfair.
Right. But I think Mr. Speed could have made that happen without stepping him and him team and whosoever. You get me?
Yeah.
But no, the money part of the thing now, me I say Mr. Williams. You know, say, to me say, Mr. Williams working now. Right? But it's like you have to get one thing on a standard where it kind of depend autopilot before him can move to the next one the right way.
There you go. So you get the kick.
Remember the last JPL, you know. 2 of the teams still never have no shirt sponsor right now. So he still have to work on that, you know, before him can move on. So we can't just say, Mr. Williams in organization sign MOU, we are going to hold him to it like now, today.
Exactly. The man, listen, when I interviewed him last, him said, listen, we never even had, like you just said, we never even had the 12 sponsors. We had 10, right? The man, them do whole part things, you know. This season, all the clubs will be wearing the same brand jersey, which going to make the thing more marketable. Them say them get a jersey sponsor. So you see, like when you watch MLS football, everybody wear the same brand, Adidas. Everybody in the MLS playing an Adidas jersey. Them just design different. Everybody in the
sponsor the league, right?
Yeah, so everybody in the JPL will be wearing Admiral jerseys now.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, so when you see them thing, they know a man must look and say, no, you're forgetting at the Premier League because it look like things are get better.
Right, so you want your way to the Premier League.
Exactly.
You have to see your roots. Yeah. But for the last thing we say still, Mr. Speed need to do a little more for the tier 2 still from up at the head.
Yeah, I agree that what I would say is that, and I listen, me run a team and I'm telling my parish presidency, right, you know, I was out of football for so long. And I like me now put up me have other things to do, you know. So I never put up money, say football, I come back. So you see, it really and truly, after the pandemic, I think when clubs, the affiliated clubs, if you're going to play in a competition, they need to give you, like I said, some startup money. I think that is something the JFF also them not have the money, but you have to find some way where
you have to, exactly.
If you have a club in your community and them say them are playing at the major league, them forget at least a $500,000 and say your major league club get $500,000, your tier 2 clubs get 1 million, and your JPL clubs them get 1 point because the JPL clubs got money in the pandemic. So them should have just say if the JPL clubs got 2 million. We can probably give the tier 2 clubs them $1 million startup to keep them team going, and the major league team them 500. Yeah, I think like something like that is a good idea. But you know what them are gonna say? Them not have no money.
Yeah. So the tier 2, them not get no kid sponsor though.
Not yet. Not yet.
All right.
But
the last time, you know, I'm gonna say this in closing, right? Cause I tell you the truth, from Mount Pleasant, they play Super League and we qualify. Me not watch no more Super League.
Yeah.
But tier 2 managed to draw me out.
Come
watch semi-finals and finals at tier 2.
A Jackson.
Right?
Yeah.
So tier 2 look more marketable to me. Cause it draw me out.
Yeah. And I think so. I think it is better than how the original Super League format used to be. You know, me like the tier 2 competition. The tier 2 just feel like a second Premier League.
Exactly. But the last time now, me see a team full West Ham run out. I say, wait, West Ham there Jamaica. Me never too like that in the league still. Me now say, this favor corner league. I never like that part there. You
Yeah.
understand me? You know the team too.
Yeah.
We have to call him there. All right.
Yeah,
Take
man.
care of yourself. Good
Yeah, man.
program.
Yeah, man. I
Bless
respect
up
that,
the
Dre.
viewers
Thanks
and
for the call.
subscribers. You see me?
Yeah, but thanks for the
Yeah,
call.
man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, people. Yeah, so Major League going to become the big competition. Which one are the Major League going to be big competition? Marvel can't sell no player to make a profit. Not even known major league was going on until I saw a picture of it. Yeah, man, you have to go to the higher league, Jay. Clubs are private organization. Yeah, I don't understand the comment. Rudy Chin, I don't understand what the comment connected to. You have to kind of explain to me because the English FA, many right across the world, many clubs were given monies from FIFA to help keep their clubs operating. So I don't understand what you're saying when they say the clubs are private organization. So that would even help my point. If the clubs are private organization, then no parish association has any right to say a club can't participate or have any meeting because it's private. It is people's own decision. But whether you're private or public, the head organization can still help with funding you. So FIFA does grant money to operate the leagues and help clubs in countries, though they are privately owned. There are grants within FIFA that you can actually draw down monies and give to clubs. The JFF did that previously. So the Super League before, when they had like St. Mary and St. Anne playing and Portland and St. Thomas playing, when they had that Super League, the JFF, through the parish associations, gave, I think, all the teams, I think 200,000. That figure maybe too high, maybe 150, or to help with transportation costs, where they could go to the parish association to get that. So though the clubs are privately owned, right? They got those monies. They also gave the through the JFF, the teams were given some black jerseys and some blue jerseys and orange jerseys and green jerseys. So the 4 teams from the 4 parishes got those jerseys. You could go and get others. Those monies are monies that FIFA give to the federation. Remember, FIFA makes money in a bridge. So when FIFA makes money, FIFA put back the money in football. So they are just like the women's football competition that is about to restart in Jamaica. It is monies that have been granted by FIFA to be put in women's football. So when that comes to Jamaica, they can take some of that money and say, all right, we have 12 clubs. We're going to give each club, I don't know how much money it is, we're going to give each club out of the 10 million US that we get, as an example, people, as an example, we're going to give each club $500,000 US out of it. The rest of it is for running the competition. And you show that to FIFA. That is how you use the money. So FIFA does sometimes give fund for those things. So what Danny Dredd was saying is a good thing that maybe we can look at. Are there any grants that we could get to run this sort of competition? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But Pioneer, man, is some FIFA stuff, so that don't really, you understand me? Yeah. But people, we're going past time. We're going past the 2 hours, 24 minutes over it. And we have to come back at 6:30 for our EPL show. Thank you for tuning in. We still didn't get all the super chats and super stickers. We are short by 12. Hey, Ruchin, bless up, man. Bless up, Ruchin. Every time, man. You don't know us, so we're going to reason, man, and talk about the thing. You understand me? Love for the love, man. No disrespect, just love for the love. And we talk, and sometimes we get, animated, but lots of respect. You understand me? So watch it. So join us back 6:30. Orius Brown, bless up. Orius Brown, up and running. All right. So yeah, join us 6:30. And at that time, we need 12 more super stickers and super chats. So make sure you have that. up and running. Super Friday, people. All right? So bring your credit card. Look at that. One more. Hey, you see the Calabar people them. Hey, people, right now. Be a Calabar people more in the comment section. You see the Calabar people them, they make them entrance with you know, Cartel went to Calabar and Footer Hype went to Calabar. You understand me? You see, when the Calabar man them touch the ground, you know, money land, you know. Big up Jason, you understand me? So we have 11 to go. You understand me? Respect Jason every time. You understand me? Hey, the people them calm the clown sometime, you know, you understand me? But you know, what is life if you can't laugh and have fun? You understand me? It's dull and boring, man. Yeah, man. You might say uptown people. No, man, and KC in a downtown, man. KC downtown, you know, and George is downtown, you know. And Woolmer's almost downtown, you know. Almost. You understand me? That's how the thing said, man. Woolmer's almost downtown, you know. Almost. They missed downtown by a mile. Yeah. But people, bless up. Lots of love and respect again. Cranky will be here at 6:30, and the Liverpool fans will be here as well, and the Manchester City fans will be here as well. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure. What God's boss said. What God's boss says. Count 10. Mine coming later, depending on when the show ends. Not leaving work until 7. All right, God's boss. You said, Jason, them the Alman town. You said them not downtown. Eh? What is it? Not a good time to highlight. Hey, I don't know what is going on. So I don't know. I just know that he went to Calabar. You understand me? That's it. You said don't highlight him. All right, no highlight. I know that he went. We think of Fantan Mojo, you're right, you know, but I know Fantan Mojo, Dre, anyway. Bless up. So people, join us at 6:30. I am Management, you know. When it gets to this point, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.
Boom, check it out. I don't know it's Jason. I'm a represent for I Am Sure Sports. For the latest news and updates, check out I Am Sure Sports. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Jason presenting I Am Sure. I Am Sure Sports.